Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to start with introduction to surfacing. We're going to take the model that we set up last week with the layout sketches, and we're going to do some surfacing and hopefully make a nice model. So alright guys, let's jump in. So if any of you had a go at the stuff we looked at last week, we should have ended up with something like this with our sketch pictures and our sketches that are creating the sort of foundations for our modelling. So what we're going to do, we're going to carry on where we left off. We're going to do a couple more sketches and then we're going to start talking about surfacing and stuff like that. So we're going to come on to this plane here and we're going to go sketch and we're going to select an ellipse, and I'm just going to go normal to the top there. So just gonna sort of draw this ellipse roughly at the moment. It's quite hard to see, to be fair. Right, so we've got that on there, and what we want to do is we want to make it constrained to our existing sketches that we've got here. It is quite hard to see, so apologies. And where's the side one? There it is. Coincident. Okay. So that looks good. So now we have everything set up to do our first surface feature. So basically, let's talk surfaces. So if we come up to the command manager at the top and you click the surfaces tab, we have a whole suite of tools that are available to us. You've got the basic tools like Extrude, Revolve, Sweep, Loft, Boundary, which are basically the same principle as the normal features, but the caveat is surfaces don't have a thickness, they are zero thickness. But we treat them and the way we use them the same as the principles that we've talked about with the other features. So we're going to jump in now and look at we're going to pick lofted surface. So again, much the same as we did last time, we're lofting between profiles. And there's something really important that I want to introduce to you guys now, and it's called the selection manager. So if you right click on your mouse, come down to selection manager, and this is an extremely powerful tool that makes your life really easy. I would say definitely get familiar with it. If you're keen on surfacing, you want to learn surfacing, the selection manager is the tool for you. So let's have a look at what it offers. So the first button here we've got select closed loop. It does what it says on the tin. It will select a closed loop. There we go on the bottom. Interestingly, if you select this, Solidworks is intelligent enough to realise what is a closed loop and what is an open loop, so it'll only let you select what it can do. If we select open loop, similarly, it'll only let you select an open loop. This one is select group, is it? Or select chain? Select group. So you can select multiples there. Select closed, select region. We can select the region at the bottom there, and standard selection, and then cancel. So selection manager will come here. We're going to say that our profiles are all open loops. So we're going to go there and right click to select. Same again, select. Select this one and go OK. And then come again, selection manager, select that one. So there we are, we're lofting between our profiles there. And for our guide curves, we're going to select the bottom down here and the top one up here. So it's looking quite nice there. And I just want to adjust some settings. So if we go start end constraints, so this is about our design intent now, which we haven't really touched on, but this is a symmetrical part, so in my mind we are going to try and create half of the model, and then we at the right time we're going to select to mirror it, so we've got a perfect symmetrical part. So if we select normal to profile here and normal to profile here, what we want to ensure is that our loft is creating us tangency from the mirror plane. So by creating normal to profile, it is giving us this nice tangent profile that when we mirror it will be really nice and smart. So we go okay there. Let's take a look at what that's done for us. If we hide the planes and the sketches, should show us, it should hopefully with a bit of luck create us a nice smooth body, which it looks pretty good. I'm relatively happy with that. So if we come back and go sketches and planes, so now I want to focus on this little area at the top here, and we're going to use something called we're going to use an extrude surface to build a bit of construction geometry. Then we're going to use the filled surface. So if we come up here and we select sketch, and if we go normal to, we'll have a spline there, and we're going to have an arc here. And then what I'm going to do is, I think I've touched on Pierce relation before, but it basically means that the point that you select of the sketch and the other entity, it could be a line, it could be a part of the model, Pierce makes sure it's intersecting. So this is really important to make sure the modeling is good, nice and clean. And then what we're going to do, we're going to convert that entity, and we're going to convert that entity and going to select the point on the spline. And just generally what I've learned through my experience is tangency is really important with surfaces. It's really unforgiving if you don't make surfaces tangent. Obviously it looks pretty awful, and you'll be able to see it a mile off. So tangency is always quite important, so learn to use it and love it. So there we go, we've got that going on, which looks okay. And then we're going to put a fillet in there, call it 5mm fillet. And that looks quite good. And then what we'll do is we'll select surfaces, extrude surface, set sketch, and what we're going to do is we're going to extrude it on the other half of the body. It might not make sense at the moment, but you'll see why in a minute. So now we should have this like big void in here. And then what we're going to do, we're going to select the front plane, go reference geometry, and we're going to offset this plane by 13mm because we're going to want to sketch on that. So if we go sketch and then select the face there and come up to intersection curve, and we've talked about this before, highly rate the intersection curve tool. It's really good, helps you with your modeling, and in this instance we're using it for construction geometry to help create our sketch. So we select an arc, we'll make it coincident of that point, and we want it to be tangent, and then we'll come down here and start a spline off the bottom there. We will select the arrow on the spline and make that tangent, come in a normal to, and we'll just get it where it looks kind of right, And then we'll come up here and we'll put a 4mm fillet in. And that looks okay. And then what we're going to do now, we're going to use a new surfacing feature. I think I'm going to hide the, well, I can't hide the sketches. So we're going to come up to surfaces and go filled surface. And basically what filled surface does, it patches like a hole, if you like, and then you can give it some constraints to work to, and you can tell it what it wants to be tangent to, what it doesn't. So let's have a look. So patch boundary, we're going to select what it says, basically the patch boundary, and here where it says edge settings, alternate face, we've got apply to all edges here. I'm going to change this to tangent because we want it to be tangent. And constraint curves, we've created a sketch that is going to act as a constraint curve, and yeah, it looks pretty good. You can adjust the mesh density and other bits, but I'm relatively happy with that at the moment. So let's take a look at what we've created. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. And yeah, so we'll come up now, we'll go features, delete, keep body. I'm going to delete that body because that was purely for construction. And what we're going to do now is we're going to draw on some split lines for aesthetics, so that should look quite nice. So if we come on the right plane, go sketch and normal to, and we'll select a couple of splines, and then we'll just make these splines. So there we go, there's one. And then the second one, we'll just get that right down there. Yeah, that looks okay. And then we'll come out of the sketch. And we'll go curves, split line, projection, selections is our sketch. And the body is the two bodies of the surface in there. So if we hide that, okay, so we've got two surface bodies there now. So we want to use a tool called the surface knit to knit them together, knit surface, before we mirror. So we'll knit them together, and then we'll come up to the features mirror, select our right plane, and we're going to use bodies. And it's giving us a preview there. And finally, we're just going to come down the bottom here and select planar surface. So this will let you create a flat surface from a boundary. So there we go. And to finish up, we're just going to knit all of the bodies together, or the surface bodies, should I say. And notice here we've got an option, tick box create solid. What Solidworks will do, if it's an enclosed volume, it will let you create a solid. So the moment of truth is if, yes, it's worked, we've got a solid here. And what we'll do is just put a fillet on the bottom here. And there we go. and we'll say we'll shell it to 1.5, and if you don't select the face, it'll just hollow it out the middle. So there we go, we've got a 1.5 uniform thick wall section bottle. So there we go, guys. I hope you liked it. I know it's a bit involved. Surfacing generally is a bit more involved, but once you get your head around it, it's good. You can create some good stuff. We'll just make this look pretty here. Just quickly copy, paste, and there we go. Alright guys, hope you found that helpful. As always, if you've got any questions, just drop me a message or drop me a comment and I'll try and help. So yeah, hopefully you can see the sort of workflow going from setting out with layout sketches and then being useful to create sort of guide curves and stuff. And yeah, if you're new to surfacing, just give it a go and practice. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe. And of course, as always, we've got more content coming soon. Alright guys, thanks again. Bye.